morning. I am Jen Campbell. I'm the Cringy Mom, and I am really excited today to be live streaming with you. I am here to have a conversation with my friend Nicole. And my friend Nicole Nichols is the founder of Illume. And it's not just a candle company, it's a scent experience company. And one thing that I love about Nicole and the fact that she cringes forward is that she shows up authentically online. She embraces who she is and she shows up as the real Nicole wherever she is. And that's something that's important to me. I think a lot of times when we're online, especially on social media, we show this brushed, perfect persona of who we want other people to see. So I would love for you to be able to log into StreamYard if you're not already available and able to do that so that you can post any questions or comments when we have that. And Nicole, I want you just to tell me a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do as part of your business.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Nicole Nichols. I am the founder and owner of Illume, and we are a candle and home fragrance company that strives to tell stories through our scents and provide deeper connection with everybody.
Fantastic. And I love the fact that you use scents to be able to connect with people. And the first time that I heard about you and what you do, I was at a conference and I got a it didn't just smell like fruit punch. It was Kool-Aid fruit punch Kool-Aid. And it reminded me of my childhood and those summers that I was drinking fruit punch Kool-Aid because that was my favorite. And I had the red mustache from having so much and everything like that. So what I love is that it creates that I do.
That's right.
And I love that. Now, I know that a lot of times people just see the success. You know, when we look at entrepreneurs, we see like the best part of what they do. And, we see that they have this great online presence or that they're selling these products and everything like that. I'd like you to share with us, or just talk to me, because
Sure.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time where you had to cringe forward, that you hit something that was really difficult, whether it was something that made you feel awkward or uncomfortable, and what you did to really push through that and cringe forward.
I think for me, 2022 has been cringe forward for sure.
Really?
For the longest time, I felt like in marketing, in social media, in anything that we do, my product should be the first thing you see. It should be all about the product. It should be all about the presentation, what you get, all that kind of stuff. I never felt like I needed to be the face of my brand. I was against that for the longest time.
Why?
As you're growing your business, you tend to look at competitors, people in similar markets, and the big brands, if you will. And I would say a huge part of all of those big brands, you don't see the owners, you don't see the behind the scenes, you don't see the struggles, you don't see the reality, you just see the picture perfect products. And for the longest time, that's what I felt like I needed to put out there. However, I've changed my tune because I've realized as a smaller business, you're going to increase your brand loyalty. And I've been blessed with the most amazing loyal customers.
Right. And I see in the comments that they're talking about burning blackberry lilac right now, or they have different scents that they're burning right now. Like I've got mine and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I think that what you were going to say too, that it's who you are more than what you do.
Exactly.
Right?
They want to see the process. They want to see the behind the scenes. They want to see the fragrance oils. They want to see who you are and how you do what you do. And so I've really embraced that just these last few months, really putting myself out there as I am the owner. Why is my brand not worthy to have me in front of it? I should feel worthy to be in front of my brand. And so I've cringed through all of that adjustment this year and have begun to get more out there, show the behind the scenes, show the hard work, show the good times, the bad times. It is not polished perfection 24/7, I can assure you. And so putting it all out there, I think has really created, honestly, a deeper connection with all of our customers.
Oh, definitely. Because people don't connect with products. They connect with people. And that's what I love about doing personal branding is that I help people tell their story and show up as they are authentically online and really use that to be able to do it. I know Bob Berg, a famous sales trainer, said that all things being equal, people will refer business to and support and buy from businesses that they know, like, and trust. And that comes down to the person and not the product. I mean, you can have the best candle in the world, and you do, in my opinion. But more than that, I love you. I love
Thank you.
Nicole. I love what it is that you do and everything like that. And I know that someone's saying that they love the behind the scenes that you're doing and the live videos. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and
Yeah.
what you love about doing that?
Yeah, so I've really kind of pulled back the curtain of Oz, if you will, and I've shown people through reels and live videos just the process, the melting of the wax, the adding of the fragrance, the pouring of the candles. But what I've really started to do, I just did one recently, and I'm really going to do more of this going forward. But in late April, I did a live. We have a whole line of Disney inspired scents, and I've always wanted to do one for Splash Mountain. I've done it in the past a couple times, but I was never, you know, fully 100% on board with what I had created. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna challenge people to show up and let's do it together as a community. We're gonna build out this scent. So in late April, I went live and had just literally a 2 foot by 3 foot post-it note, and we just marked down, and together with everybody, we created what we thought would be a cool formula.
No, you
So
told
I'm,
no, I'm going to interrupt you for a minute. You told
yeah,
me that you created something, and that's something like I have a candle right here called Achieve because
yes,
last year that was my award of the year. And I filled out a whole profile and told you what I loved, what I didn't, what I wanted about my goal, why I had chosen the word achieve. And you created a custom scent for me that has like papaya that kind of reminds me of a vacation and aspiring to be more and knowing that I've had that success to achieve something, which is just remarkable to me. I mean, you sell vanilla candles, which is the
yes,
most, you told me before, is the most
yeah,
popular candle scent in the world. But the thing that makes it unique is the story that it tells,
mm,
the experience behind that. And
mm,
I love that. When you talk about the Disney candles too, it's recreating the smells and the feeling and the experience that you're having on those rides that you're going on, right?
yeah. So, and it all really just distills down and boils down to science. Our limbic system in our brain is directly connected to our olfactory senses, our sense of smell. So when you experience something that creates a memory in your brain, 99.99% of the time, there's going to be a smell associated with it. And
Mhm.
later on in life, when you smell that smell, you're literally hardwired to think back to that moment. It's ingrained in our bodies to do that. So Disney vacations, some people don't get to go every single weekend. Some people, it really is a once in a lifetime trip. Smelling the water from Pirates, smelling the Dole Whip, any of that fun stuff. It can also be, I've had a lot of people ask for literally crayon wax, Play-Doh, the paste that we all ate when we were in kindergarten. And I have all of that. And it could be for my mother-in-law who's currently in dementia. She's
Mm.
suffering from dementia. And I've been really diving into the studies about how dementia patients can get lucidity just from a scent that
Mm.
triggered them from their past. So scents and our well-being, our mental health, how we reminisce about things and connect about things, and just overall like having good happy memories, all of that is connected. And to be able to create that for people and go beyond just I sell a candle, no, I do more than sell a candle. I give you an experience, I help you relive your memories, and hopefully we can help you have just a more happier, pleasant moment.
Right. And I know that, you create these gift packages for business to be able to give for client products, and that you'll create special candle scents or repackage or rebrand something. I know that one of our mastermind program that we're in together, there's like special Propel candles that
Mhm.
were scents that were created. And there's even, you can burn two candles together that create a new scent experience. Um, what inspired you to do what you're doing now? Because I'm sure that even if you always loved scents, what is it that you love about what it is that you do?
Oh, that's a great question, because I never thought I would be like, when I was a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? I never thought, oh, I want to be a owner of a candle company. Um,
But
what
it's more than that
inspires?
too. Like
Yeah,
you're a scent experience specialist. It's
sure.
your nose knows like how to be able to connect. So what is it that you love about that?
I love being able to, like, here's a great example. For March was International Women's History Month, of course. And so we did a line of candles based on the different achievements for women she's making magic for the female Disney Imagineers. She's exploring new frontiers for the astronauts and the, you know, first woman to hike up Everest. And there's so many, I mean, diversity is immense, right? There's so many different diverse aspects, but we all come together through the human experience, whether
Mhm.
it's through making magic or exploring new frontiers or gritting through when you feel like you can't go any further. And just being able to connect with people on that level, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, how you are, there's going to be a level of connection there. And for us to foster that connection with people is incredible. That's what keeps me going, is the fact that we can connect people that would ordinarily never be connected.
Through
That's
that
fun.
shared experience.
Yeah,
Because I
exactly.
think, and I talk a lot about this, that we're not just human beings, that we're human becomings, that we're all striving to
Yeah.
become something more than what we are right now. And the
Yeah.
way that we do that is to really cringe forward. And in order to do that, I know Dr. Brene Brown talks a lot about vulnerability, which, can be, dude, it scares me.
It's terrifying.
And
It is
especially like
terrifying.
on social media, I specialize in social media and working with my clients to tell their story on about who they are on social media. And that to me, something like LinkedIn, you're like, okay, it's business, it's professional. And, if I show my real self, if I'm a little bit goofy or a little bit cringy, like I am, like people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to work with that person,
Sure.
or if I show them like, I'm not going to do it right now because I'm afraid I'm going to tip my tea over or something like that. But show you the rest of the room I'm in because I have like
I feel it.
or boxes or something stacked. You're going to be like, oh, Jen's a hot mess and a hoarder.
Yeah.
No, because life's a little bit messy,
It's
right?
real life. It's
Yeah,
real.
and I'm sure when you came to that point, because you were doing something else professionally,
I was.
before you did this, and what was it, that moment in your life where you're like, "You know what? Even though this is uncomfortable and it's something new, I'm gonna cringe forward and try this thing."
Yeah. Yeah. So I was previously in the oil and gas industry as a mid to upper level management,
Wow,
working the grind, 80 plus hour weeks,
totally
traveling,
different.
responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars of equipment and timelines and deadlines. And it was high stress and everything that you think it is, and it's male dominated. And I had to work my way up, and it was all the tough things. And I remember when I first started, I just had a friend of mine who was wanting to raise money for an orphanage in South Africa, and I wanted to help. And I was just like, so anyway, long story short, we ended up creating some candles, sold those, the money went to the charity. And I found peace in making the candles because I was in such a high pressure, technical, fast paced world that
Mhm.
spending a couple hours a week just making candles just like really slowed me down and kind of brought me back to
What is
like,
it about that process that you really enjoy that calms you?
I really like just playing with the scents and the combinations and taking the things that wouldn't normally go together and putting them together. Like what, just experimenting, playing,
Mhm.
literally playing with the scents, just like a kid in a sandbox would play with sand. And what does it look like if you make this sand castle? What does it smell like if you put these scents together? That's the fun part for me. That's what I
Right,
thrive
and
on.
I have someone that's like, Nicole is a wizard, and she has, like, the most talented nose that they know, like, that she can create these experiences, and like we shared before, that it's tied to those memories and those
Mhm.
experiences, and I know the other day that you made a candle called Money
I
that
did.
smells
Yeah.
like crisp $100 bills or anything
Yeah.
like that, which, like, to wrap my mind around that, and then you think about, okay, what kind of energy does it put out there?
Mhm.
What kind of feeling and emotion, because like
Mhm.
I said before, those scents are tied to the emotions. What inspires you to create certain scents? I mean, because we all have different memories and experiences. Is there something that
It's a variety of things. Sometimes it's a single moment, a single memory. Just yesterday, for example, I was walking my dog, and we a jogger came by and commented on how beautiful the dog was, and she was stalking a squirrel. So she had her ears like up, just the perfect like stalking. I'm gonna get that squirrel.
uh-huh.
And the jogger and I just had like a few-minute conversation, and a breeze came by and leaves fell, and it was just like a moment of conversational peace. And I was just like,
Mm.
I can make a candle for this. Like I want to make a candle for this moment. Sometimes it's, again, going back to family dementia. We do a lot of memorial candles.
Really?
A friend of mine recently passed away, and he said his wife loved patchouli oil, and patchouli is one of those you love it or hate it scents.
Right?
Like,
I'm
no
like,
big deal.
no, that's not my
Yeah,
thing. But
yeah. But so we made him a patchouli candle, and it's amazing how the scent for different people comes together. So I'm inspired by people, I'm inspired by moments, I'm inspired by travels, anything and everything. It just, I get the weirdest ideas. I really
but
do.
having those, and creating those positive memories and everything like that, I think it probably. I'm a real believer in mindset,
Hmm.
and what we do to be able to really create that environment around us to be able to build the success that we have. What what scares you about being an entrepreneur?
Oh man. Putting myself out there.
Mm.
Um,
Oh,
I could put a candle out there, but putting myself out there is scary, because if people, there's hundreds of thousands of candles. Anywhere you go, there's a candle for sale. Take it
hmm.
or leave it. It's candle. But if I put myself out there, then the whole mindset mentality is, if they don't buy my candle, then that's because they don't like me. And then
Oh,
you just
that's
start
it.
going, and I'm just like, you can't do
They
so.
don't support my
So
business. If they don't support my project, if I get
yeah,
pushed back, if a
yeah,
customer
yeah,
complains, if
exactly.
they don't have the experience that I'm envisioning,
Yeah,
then that's a
then
rejection of me
yeah,
personally. I think
exactly.
I
And
feel
so
the same way.
that's why
Mhm,
I think I hesitated so long to put myself out there, to cringe
mhm.
forward and put myself out there, was because if they didn't like the candle, that's okay. But if you put yourself out there, then if you're not in the right frame of mind, you can frame it mentally as, they don't like me. And that's not the truth. You have to get past that. And it's the hardest thing in the world. It is not easy, but you
So what
have
have
to
you done
just,
to get past that?
I haven't gotten past it, to be 100% honest. I'm still
Yeah.
working through it. This right
Mhm,
here is a great example of, I'm going to just get past it. I'm going to just
mhm.
put myself out there. And for every 5 people that don't buy, maybe there's going to be someone who does. And maybe that person will be a connection. And that's all that matters. You have to focus on what really matters. And that's the connections that do happen, not the ones
Right.
that don't.
I'm focusing on that positive, or I call them like the learning opportunities. I don't believe in failure. I just don't, because I don't think anytime that you learn, that you grow, that you go from that human being to that human becoming, that's not failure. That's progress. That's like being more in tune with who you are. That's saying, oh, there's one thing I'm not going to try again. Or, or I want to try to sell for myself. Okay, what can I learn from this experience? And I say
Yeah.
it in that sort of voice because, dude, it sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
It's hard. It
Mhm.
is just awkward and uncomfortable, and it's painful
Yes.
when you're going through that growing process, because it
Mhm.
pushes us outside of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
You can just be all snuggled in. You could have stayed at that job. I'm sure you had a
Mhm.
real cush salary, as an oil and gas specialist, and you had your people you supervised. You knew you had your expectations that your corporate
Mhm.
company gave you, and then you transitioned to an online retail business.
Yeah.
And someone's commenting out there like, that your candles last longer and they're fantastic quality,
Mhm.
which is true. I mean, like, I've had this candle for a year and I've burned through, like, I don't know, lower quality things. And if I'm, it's different because it's an experience. I want to savor it, and
Mhm.
meditate with it and just feel it. But that's not always easy because,
No.
like, this is a memory and this is a thing, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So what is it that what brings you joy?
Oh man. Playing with the scents and knowing that, um, I get emails sometimes from people who, it's hard to sell something like coffee, for example. You smell coffee in person, you know if you're going to like it or not. When you go to buy a candle online, you don't have it right there to smell. So how do you know if
Mm.
you're going to like it or not?
Ooh,
So
good point.
I have to be very careful in how I describe them, because you want to give everybody the full description, but you have to describe it in a way that's relatable to everybody.
How do you
So
do that? I mean, because you
very,
can say that it has, like,
yeah,
patchouli or pineapple or papaya. but how
Yeah.
do you really
I,
describe that experience?
I think telling the story in a relatable way that we can all connect through. We all had that childhood experience of Play-Doh and crayon wax and paste and all that
Or the
kind of
fallen
stuff.
leaves that remind us of kindergarten,
Yeah,
like someone mentioned in our
exactly.
comments here.
Exactly. So what brings me the most joy is when I get emails from customers that say, I had no idea. This smells amazing. How did you do that? It's just I get really great emails of your descriptions. How could I not buy this? And then feeling like, okay, am I really going to like it or not? And they take the lid off and it's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like that brings me joy because I knew it was hard for them to take that leap of faith to trust in our
Mhm.
product without being able to smell it right away. And then the fact that they really enjoy it and they want more, like that's pretty awesome. That brings me joy too.
Oh, I love it. Now, Nicole, I know we've talked a lot about your candles. I want you to let everyone that's watching this know how they can purchase your candles and support you as an entrepreneur, your business, and what it is that they do. I know you do
Yeah.
corporate orders and everything like that to be able to help businesses as well as, but where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah. So Facebook, Instagram, Luxillume Candles, website, luxillume.com. If you guys are interested in purchasing anything, you can use the code Cringe20 to get 20% off your order.
Ooh, a discount code. You
We
gotta love that.
yeah, but yeah, we do corporate gifting. We do corporate full gift boxes. We do wedding favors. We've done that quite a bit. We do all kinds of custom scents for businesses. We do white label. We do wholesale, and then anything you may want as just a regular consumer. We've got you covered top to bottom.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk with Nicole today. I hope that you were able to learn something new and that it helped inspire you through what she did to be able to cringe forward. And I want to remind you that even though it's awkward, even though it can be uncomfortable, even though you might feel like you don't know what you're going to do, to cringe forward because your message has meaning, your voice has value, and you deserve to be seen. You can join me next week. I'm Jen Campbell, the Cringy Mom. You can follow me on social media at the Cringy Mom. I'm building a community, and I'd love to have you be part of it. And I'll see you again on Tuesday and Tuesdays and Fridays to be able to help share more stories of women entrepreneurs who have used what they're doing to cringe forward and create an experience for their customers. Have a fantastic day and cringe forward.